Ladies and gentlemen, it's so good to be talking to you today. I have a message today that I want to share with you from the heart that I've wanted to share a long time. It's a message of health. It's something that I believe that practically we can put into use today. When I come to you with these messages, I really want to hit home how much I want you guys to take something and actually apply it to your life. I don't just sit here and talk about health because I'm in the healthcare space, because I'm a chiropractor, I study health. The only reason I care about health is I believe it has the ability to give you a higher quality of life. Higher quality of life is what I believe every single one of you want. I believe it's what every single one of you deserve. I think it's what every single one of your families deserve. If you're a mom, a dad, your kids deserve for you to be living your highest level of life, your highest quality of life, so that they can be living their highest quality of life. Your kids, their quality of life depends on your ability to live your highest quality of life and share with them how they can do the same thing throughout their life. So that's really my wish, my prayer for you is that we can help you live a higher quality of life through these messages. Now, I want to share a concept with you called limitations of matter. Limitations of matter. And this is something that I deal with on a daily basis, on an hourly basis in the office. Limitations of matter, the best way I can describe limitations of matter is if you've ever had a rusty gate. You will go walk out, you haven't used a gate in a long time, and you see that the hinges are all rusty. They're rusted away, they've been rusting away for quite some time. You can spray those hinges with WD-40, you can get the hinge moving, you can do a lot of things, but that hinge, what's been lost in physical raw material due to oxidation in that hinge, is never going to come back. You can't reverse it. There are things you can do to make that hinge work better. There are things you can do to make that hinge not squeak as much, but that hinge is physically limited. Our bodies do the exact same thing, especially when it comes to our spines. And it's most important when it comes to our spines because we can't transplant our spines. There's nothing we can do in our spines that's not going to cause more damage. So that even with our teeth, when our teeth decay, there's things we can do. We can get crowns, we can get caps, we can get fillings. With our spines, it's fusions, discectomies, laminectomies, all things that cause further damage. So when we talk about our spine, we have limitations of matter. When our spine starts to degenerate, when it starts to rot, when the discs start to go away, there are certain things that are irreversible. There are certain things that are irreversible, meaning if I take an x-ray of somebody and we have advanced degeneration in that spine, meaning we have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3 degeneration, or we have a spondylo, there's no such thing as moving that thing backwards. Now, just like that gate, we can start to get more movement in there. The discs are going to start to get healthier. They're going to start to get more lubricated. There's more synovial fluid that can come into that joint. There's a lot of things that we can do that are going to make that joint healthier, but there's nothing we can do to make that joint look brand new. And a lot of you, when I cover your x-rays, I tell you that, hey, this is never going to look brand new. We look at the cervical spine, we look at the low back, say this is never going to look brand new, but this is where we can go from here. So we do have limitations of matter. And unfortunately for a lot of us, that means that we're never going to achieve full 100% health in a certain area, which is okay, because one thing that I never will do, and one thing I don't believe any doctor should ever do, is remove hope from a patient. Now, this isn't just philosophy. It's not just I don't believe we should remove hope from a patient because it's all butterflies and rainbows. I believe that you should never remove hope from a patient because every single one of us that has life, your body is manifesting something called innate intelligence or innate inborn intelligence. That means your body has the same intelligence inside of it that created itself from 2 cells. So if you have this intelligence inside of you, it is foolish to judge the healing capacity of your body. But it's not up to me. It's not, a lot of times it's not up to you. It's up to that body's innate intelligence and our ability to manifest that innate intelligence. Now, that innate intelligence lives in your brain. It goes down through your spinal cord, inside your spinal cord, out through every nerve, cell, tissue, organ, into this big network of cells in your body. That's how it functions. That's where that life force comes from. That's where that neurology comes from, that scientific law. That's where your health comes from. I would much rather you turn my heart off than you turn my nervous system off. I would much rather you can stop the human heart, but if you stop the human nervous system, the body ceases to exist. Life ceases to exist. So as long as we have that innate intelligence, as long as we have that intelligence in our body, we are not going to limit you. We're not going to limit your body's ability to heal. We're going to give reverence to the fact that your body was created from 2 cells. It's continuing to do the same thing today as it did back then. You have heart cells regenerating, you have lung cells regenerating, you have nerve cells going all the way down to every single tissue in your body. However, those limitations of matter are the only thing that can restrict how that intelligence flows. Now, when you have severe restriction on an area, severe restriction on nervous tissue, that's going to restrict these innate forces, which brings me to, let's make sure this doesn't happen. Let's make sure that these forces cannot be restricted into the later years of life, and that starts earlier in life. It starts when you're a child. It starts when you're in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s. When you're here, if you're here and you're in your 20s, your 30s, and your 40s, as much as you might think that you're here to get rid of a pain or an ache or a headache, or I've had these issues for so long, that's not why you're here. That is not why you're here. You are here because we're keeping pressure off of those tissues. We're keeping stress pressure off those nerve tissues where that innate intelligence flows through, and you're going to need it to flow through for the rest of your life. As soon as that is interfered with, as soon as we have a limitation of matter, that can restrict your body's ability to ultimately heal. So let's start at a young age. Let's get our kids checked on a regular basis. The thing is with kids, you check them once a month, they're golden. They're not going to develop a lot of these things that you're dealing with right now. You get the best gift to your kid is to have them be checked by a chiropractor once a month. Once a month, to keep these restrictions from building up into their spine, making sure that their nerves are functioning. And I guarantee you, you're going to notice your kid getting sick less. You're going to notice less sinus infections. You're going to notice less earaches. You're going to notice your kid's ability to thrive in their classes, in their sports, is going to increase drastically when their spine is moving, when their nervous system is coordinating the way that God intended it to. I hope this message finds you well. I hope that you do something with it today. I hope that you realize and respect the power that's within your body that made you from 2 cells, is as you're watching this video, is working for you. It's working to keep your body, it's working to keep your body adapting to every single thing that you do. It's working to keep your body well, to keep your body healthy, and it's not going to stop until the day that we die. I hope you live with this hope. I hope you internalize it, and I'm not going to shut up about it because you guys can't forget it. And when it comes to health, this is the #1 thing that you guys need to be empowered by over and over again, is that the best doctor that you will ever see, the best doctor that you will ever be in a room with, is the one that the Creator put right up here. Your brain sends signals from above, down, inside, and out. That's why we call our practice ADIO. Above, down, inside, and out. So let's